Charamba did not actually hold himself back through one of his fake social media account, written Jamwanda, but verified. It is known in Zimbabwe that this is the actually personal account, the other personal account, ghost social media account run by George Charamba, who is the presidential spokesperson of Emerson Mnangagwa. But now he's no longer hiding that it's him. He says, as presidential spokesperson in that particular account, he's worried about the leakages. As I promised that I will be talking specifically about this. And a lot of actually trolls of Emerson Mnangagwa were actually worried, especially when there was a leakage about the Mutare timetable. And when they looked at that leakage, they saw how accurate it was, coming from social media, the very social media that the Mnangagwa faction has been lambasting. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Tonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So according to a post made by George Charamba, it was yesterday, he says, thanking Snowball for actually also complaining. Snowball official is also a troll of Emerson Mnangagwa, a Barakashi group, busy on social media, particularly X, trying to twerk as well as defend Mnangagwa. He says, that is George Charamba. As presidential spokesperson, I have watched with horror as some cadres, no doubt meaning well, published details on the president's programs well ahead of the event. He says, in my long years in government and working under the presidency, this never used to happen, except in respect of political meetings where prior mobilization is the norm. Such disclosures compromise to many things, not least the president's security. That is George Charamba. In the Department of Presidential Communications, we never publicize fixtures of the president beforehand. Later on, release blow-by-blow programs around the president's activities. As we do, we diarize his programs with the media, even then giving minimum information on the 4W what, where, and when, and only to select persons on newsrooms under the need to know basis and in line with ironclad rules of embargoes. All presidential programs are confidential. A security classification done for a compelling reason, yet they continue to be handled with levity and shared without any, I think he was trying to say structure, but he said stricture. The zeal to go out with the word first is compromising presidential programs. That must end. Actually, it is a breach of security and thus a prosecutable offense. Each copy of the program has a digit, which is personal to the receiver for purposes of traceability. Above all, each program is the responsibility of the receiver, who gets it out of need and trust, and on the understanding that it's personal to him. And they know that it's a he who actually leaked that, because he doesn't use the hair, but in this case he used him, and that he or she this time around used both, respects the security classifications. That is no longer being respected, and we might have to relook at this sensitive matter. Now, let me go to the Marakashi who raised this issue, going by the name Snowball Tongokara. He says confidential, but how it ends up here on social media there are people who are working very hard to undermine the president, and this must stop. How come the president travel details end up leaking? He's also talking about this is no man. He's also talking about the traveling details of you remember we talked about them here before even Mnangagwa embarked on them, that he was going to travel to Italy. From Italy, he was going to travel to China, as well as Swaziland, and some of the programs of actions that he was going to do in Zimbabwe. So it's an acknowledgement and confirmation of what we said here. I know a lot of people would be saying, where did you get this? Now you get to know this is from George Charamba and Snowball, confirming about that program, of course, without unveiling the source where it came from. That indeed are confirming that people are putting on social media forehand what Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa entails to do. So that program was indeed the realistic plan of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. It was leaked out on social media, and George Charamba is worried about the security of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. It says that the programs have digits, which means a code for each and every person who is privy to that particular program. But if you look at the leakage, the person was very, very careful that the code was not leaked. They only leaked portions of the program of which they wanted to derive the narrative that was pushed on social media. That, in fact, you see, these people of ZANU-PF are cunning, especially George Charamba. Now, instead of George Charamba answering why they actually mistaken Mnangagwa for Robert Gabriel Mugabe, having worked for a long period of time in government, why did they do so? Or Mnangagwa is copying and pasting the programs that used to be used by Robert Gabriel Mugabe. I think also, if the person who did this program was just a mere person within ZANU-PF, not close to Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, I think it must be the chief of staff of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, who is, by the way, his relative. And so he trusts him so much in terms of printing the program. But the person who leaked it most probably was the person who was given the program. And actually the program was given to us. And we highlighted the loopholes in that particular program. So there is worry in terms of leakages of information. They started hiding, saying, no, social media is lying. But they see that social media is up to the task and releasing the information timeously. And this is actually making the faction of Mnangagwa to rethink about this and to actually think about their positions very, very seriously. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button or subscribe plus button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. Equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. And also to remember to support my album. I will be actually putting the link of that particular video on this video and other videos that I will record throughout the day today. Otherwise, thank you very much for your time. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast as I give you more.